like that. Like going division would be kind of too like.
That's the perfect solution. Like
that's the obvious answer, but like,
well, you got to remember though.
Cooler. It would be cooler to integrate like the Western and
no,
Eastern.
hell
But
no.
this is what y'all got to remember. But this is what you got to remember. Next year when they do the tournament, they're going off the point margins and who won and who did the best in their divisions to switch the groups around. So next year it's going to be completely different. It might be more competitive.
Man, they had a golden ticket right in front of them. All they had to do was put the Hawks, the Magic, the Wizards, the Hornets, and who else in our division? And the Heat. You got a whole division right there. That's a whole rivalry.
But not all divisions are equally balanced, competitive wise. So that's why I feel like they did the groups that way.
But I mean, nothing's competitive. It's always going to be about 2 bad teams per division. Hornets are trash. Well, the Hornets are decent. The Wizards are trash. The Rockets are good. Not the Rockets. The Pistons are awful. Like you got bad teams.
I mean, you have bad teams, but I think the way they set it up to where they're saying, "Hey, regular season matters because now next year we're making the brackets off of the previous year. So next year they're making the brackets off this year. I think that makes it competitive, regardless if they're a bad team or not. So as far as the in-season tournament, y'all, I mean, do y'all have any last words on that? I mean, I pretty much agree with you. I don't necessarily think it should be divisional. I think it needs to be a little more competitive. I don't know, but like I said, they all work towards where they're going to be placed next year for the tournament. So all the groups are going to change. So it's going to make sense. Like it makes people want to still play in the regular season. I think it's good. I think more games really all they really need. And yeah.
So I'm just going to add one more thing to this. Like I said, I think divisions should be played. Who was better to play than somebody you see 4 times a season? You might add another 2 games to that, 2-3 games to that. Now you got a bigger rivalry chance to play. For example, as from a fan's perspective, I hate the Hawks, and not just because we live in Atlanta. We're divisional rivals. I hate when they beat us. I hate losing to them. I especially hate losing to the Heat because they talk so much trash. And the Wizards are trash, and the Hornets are ass, but they still count. So those teams, I like beating. I like beating those teams.
True. You know what? I'm gonna actually agree with y'all. It should be divisional because they'll help put them tiebreakers. It'll give some meaning behind those tiebreakers with certain teams. Like that's fight for playoff spots. It'll give it.
I mean, it's not a terrible idea. I just prefer how they did it more because it makes it more competitive to me, personally to me. But I mean, we also can't control if other teams are not good. So
but think about it from your team perspective. Lakers, y'all 2 teams: Lakers, Warriors, Kings. Who was in that division? The Clippers. That's a whole bunch of rivalries right there. You already got the 2 LA teams and all of them in California. That's a whole rivalry right there. Like, come on. How do you mess that up?
I guess. Hey, it's a good point. I mean, I wonder why they didn't do that in the first place. But I mean, it had to have been an option because they're already in divisions.
Exactly.
But I mean, I like the groups. I like how they make people, even if you don't win this year, you still got to play good to get placed next year. I think it makes the regular season literally competitive the whole time. But hey, it's just me.